My name is Stephanie Fagerling. I'm the director, everything really, of my Sacrifice of Cloud, and also I'm a voice actress. I voiced Eric Grainsborough, the main character.
Maybe she'll feel better once we get some sleep.
Also, I did Scarlet, Geneva Life, Hope, Sora, and the Summer Soldiers. My main voice is Eric Grainsborough. She's the lead in this series because she's beautiful, understanding, and she wants to keep it to her friends, and most importantly she wants to find out what Cloud really is, and she sets off her journey with her friends to find Sephiroth and stop destroying the planet, and just everything really, just stopping him.
No, you're not. But soon you will. Don't forget me.
I don't think it will be that easy. I see Shinra vehicles.
G'day, I'm David J.G. Doyle, also known as Sephiroth, and I am the Chosen One. I have been chosen to voice Sephiroth in this series, along with Michael Lloyd. Sephiroth is, of course, the villain. One of the most widely recognized Final Fantasy villains, well, video game villains known in recent history. And I can't get enough of voicing this character. Same time, the villains usually do get the best lines. But there's something particularly unique about Sephiroth. His motivation, well, his original motivation in the game. There are some critics who say that his motivation is about as clear as mud. I just say, look harder. His motivation is that he wants to create a utopia. A new and, in his eyes, better world. When you think about it, it's actually rather twisted. Especially since part of the motivation is his hatred for humanity. Because of the evil misdoings they have done to an ancient race, and he still believes that the humans are thieving, evil parasites. And also, he was created by humans basically for war and destruction. That just makes it terrifying. We created this man. Sephiroth, the Ra's al Ghul of Final Fantasy. What more can I say? When it comes to Final Fantasy villains, top 3 easily. And in my opinion, the number 1. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. At least, not entirely.
Hi, I'm Henjo993, and I was Yuffie from Sacrifice of Cloud.
What? He had a hot air balloon all this time and he made us climb the mountain? That old father tell you!
Shut up! Damn it.
So the character was Yuffie. She's a teenager that I think everyone knows. She's the youngest in the team, and I think can be a bit childish because she's pretty young. I don't even think she's 18 yet. I think that's not before Drive of Kirby, so that's 3 years later, so, or she's 16, 17, I don't remember, or something like that. But she's the youngest in the team. She's a kid.
I can't take it!
So I actually kind of imagine her, because she's a ninja. She's a ninja, so a ninja teenage girls. She's a ninja teenage girl. I imagine her young. She's a bit hyper, I would say, and she's not very experienced with life. She really isn't. I mean, she lived in Wutai. I think she was living in this village that was a bit cut off from Midgar, but she has been traveling a lot, I think, so she knows actually a lot, yet still doesn't know a lot. She's a mix. She knows a lot of stuff about current stuff. She knows a lot, and some other stuff is like, what? I enjoy this voice acting. It's a hobby of mine. I actually do acting as well, but not real acting. I'm not a real actress. But that is my goal, to be a real actress.
Who I am is Timothy Scott Purvis, and I voice Barrett and Sid in The Sacrifice of Cloud. Shut the hell up! Surrounded by adults. The characters are much the same as they were in the game. Barrett's kind of a gruff individual who wants to lead Avalanche off to glory in his own method. And Sid is kind of a hard-ass pilot. And I try to keep them true to those characterizations. Obviously, the voices that I give them are the same voices I have in my own series, but obviously it's less comedic here, so the tone will be less about stupidity as it is seriousness and the events that are transpiring. They're determined to help Aerith achieve her goals. And they stay pretty true to the source material in Final Fantasy VII. And if you've ever played the game, you're pretty well familiar with the characters already.
My name is Capania. My YouTube name is Reno the Lolita. I voice Tifa Lockhart in Final Fantasy VII, The Sacrifice of Cloud. When they brought you on the Highwind when we escaped the Whirlwind Maze, you were cold and didn't seem to be breathing. She is a shy but motherly person, but she can also be very protective towards her friends. When her friends have problems, Tifa's there to comfort them. She fights alongside Aerith and the rest of Avalanche to save the planet.
Hi, I'm FireKitty8 and I play the character Kate Sif in The Sacrifice of Cloud. Come inside and you'll find out. Oh, he's fun, loving, playful, but he is a bit cowardly and he is a poor fighter. He can be loud and irritate other party members. He was also featured in Dirge Cerberus, another Final Fantasy VII game.
I'm Cosmos USA, and I voiced Red 13. You mean from the story Cloud told us? And he is an experiment by Hojo, who was basically just experimenting on many things, you know, Sephiroth and everything.
Hello there. My name is Renoran Tifa Backup, and I voice Elena and Vanille. Yes, you are. You're gonna pay for what you did. Whoa! And I voice them because they are some of my favourite characters.
It's funny here.
Hey. My name's Cameron Smith. My YouTube channel is 47871553. No, it's not my number. As for the character I play Squall.
Okay, and for helping us, you can have whatever you want.
I haven't really played Final Fantasy VIII, to be honest, so I don't know much about Squall. I have watched a couple of cutscenes to the game, though, and people have told me about it, and, well, I play Kingdom Hearts, so I know I'm through that. What I've gathered is, Squall is basically a silent character. Every now and then, but, he wants to be a loner. So yeah, he's the main hero of Final Fantasy VIII.
When it comes to script, when it comes to story, it's one of the best machinimas I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot. Story-wise, I rate it on the same level as the FF Still's Dissidia machinima. Very, very, very well written. And I'm just quite honoured to be a part of it. I won't say much about it because I'd probably be spoiling it to people who'd be looking at this before watching the series. What more can I say about it? Very well written, it never forgets its characters. It's just a gem.
The story so far I find it's really interesting. I know that it exists on fanfiction. I was gonna say Facebook, I mean fanfiction. and I could have gone and read it, but I decided not to spoil. But I don't think that is such big way of me getting spoiled, because I don't think all the chapters are up. I don't know. I haven't even gone and checked it. I just went like, no, I'm not even going to look. I'm not even going to peek. Not even maybe afterwards when it's all done, just for kicks. But it's kind of like when we get in lines, it's more or less the whole page with just, or I don't know, really could be. It's kind of awesome. It's really bad. I like it. It's really a different story. I mean, it's kind of the first chapter. I'm sorry. I mean, the first chapter is kind of like, actually, the first chapter says the story, a different story. And we all know Cloud dies instead of Aerith. Cloud saves Aerith more or less and dies. That we all know. I think it's really interesting because how the writer had to change so many things, just keep it together. But it's kind of like, but I'm gonna admit, it's kind of like you kind of know what go then, because more or less the only thing that's happened is that they switch place on Cloud and Aerith. It's not really that kind of many difference. But I actually gotta say I like it. It's really cool. It's a cool story.
I think the concept of taking it from the point of view of Aerith is rather intriguing. Certainly the script work is pretty good. The story is really well thought out. The whole idea of Aerith taking Cloud's place and Cloud dying for her instead, that's definitely a drastic turn, and certainly been if they had done that in the game, it would have been like, what the twist? What the twist? So yeah, I think it's going pretty good. Entertaining, cool characters, and it looks like it's going in a very interesting direction. So we'll see how it concludes.
I think the story is getting better. Each chapter becomes more interesting as the story progresses. The characters are becoming more well developed. I also like how the stop motions, the music, and the voiceovers all blend in with the story. I'm looking forward to seeing more chapters of this series in the future.
I am enjoying the story. Should be good when it's all finished.
I think the story is great. I love the way Stephanie animates the action figures, and the story is really great so far. She really did a great job with it. I'm very proud of her.
The story so far, I think it's very good, and I look forward to seeing the others that are coming soon.
The story so far is it's pretty interesting, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it. Just the fact it's all twisted around, and it's basically has Aerith as the main character instead of Cloud. It puts a new turn on things, I guess. It's no, I think it's really good, to be honest. I'd like to see more. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think the story so far is going completely excellent, because I just love doing it, and yeah, I think its story is going pretty well, pretty excellent, and friends and family, they loved it too, and yeah, it's going completely well.
That's a really good question, to which I don't think I have a real answer for. I can't say what my favourite part of the story is, but what I can say is my favourite moment within the story. And that's when Aerith is being pinned against the wall by Sephiroth. If that is not true. And after a bit of banter, he gives her an offer to join him. Oh, is that such a sick part of the story. And I feel even worse for enjoying it. But it shows that she's true to herself and true to her friends when she turns him down. And then just before she's about to be killed off, Cloud steps in and saves her. Now this actually borrowed a moment from Dissidia 12, but it actually worked very well. So, again, no favourite part of the story, there's my favourite moment.
Ooh, really, I can't really say a part. I can say like favorite lines, because when I try to think like my favorite in the story, it's my line. The thing that pops up are lines, and I guess I could say it. Wait, I don't know. And my favorite line is the poor weenie should have taken a ponytail.
Poor weenie. Want me to tie it back in a ponytail?
That's kind of my favorite line. The favorite part, I'm sorry, I don't have. I love the whole story just as much, or maybe I just haven't found my favorite part yet. Yeah, I'm gonna go that I liked story equal much, because yeah, that's it, equal much, whole story.
I can't really choose a favorite part to the story. When I look at a story, I look at it as a whole. I don't look at it as bits and pieces. In my comedy, I do bits and pieces because it's about the joke. But when you're doing a serious story like this, it's about the story. So you can't really pick and choose, what element works better than another element. It all has to work together or none of it works. And so far, from what I've seen, everything seems to be working quite well together. So the whole piece, the whole story is really, I guess if I have a favorite part, it's the whole story altogether works out. So I can't pick a piece of it and say, this is good and that's not. No, it's all good.
I have 3 favorite parts of The Sacrifice of Cloud. In Chapter 1, when Cloud was killed, I've never seen Aerith so sad. It is heartbreaking to see the man she loved die in front of her. It was quite an emotional scene. In Chapter 2, Vincent gave Yuffie his cape to use as a blanket. I found that moment to be very adorable. And the entirety of Chapter 8, when Aerith was reunited with her friends, after she escaped the Whirlwind Maze.
Favorite part of the story? That's kind of tricky, I love it all. But if I have to choose one, I'd have to say when she's with Sephiroth.
Do not worry about Cloud. He was nothing but a puppet anyway.
A puppet?
Yes.
My favorite part of the story so far is when Aerith goes into all those visions and stuff and the special effects and everything that Stephanie does in there. I think it's a really great thing and I really like the way she does it. And yeah, so far it's my favorite part.
My favourite part of the story so far has to be the bit where Sephiroth and Aerith are fighting.
So you're awake, Cetra. That's good. I was beginning to worry.
My favorite part of the story would be, I guess when Cloud dies, just how it swaps over from the game in Final Fantasy VII, how Aerith is usually the one that Sephiroth kills, is just how it turns around into like Cloud dying and things get all blown out of proportion from there. That bit's my favorite because, well, it's different. But that's it, it's different and intrigued me. So yeah.
Can't think what's my favourite story. I'm gonna say I love all of them really. I just love all of it ever since I read it in fan fiction. It was written by Lady Warrior, not me of course. I just love the story. I just love everything really. I just love all of it. I loved all the chapters really. I just loved it.
Oh, who's my favorite? Oh, this one is kind of tricky because, you know, like in original voice acting and stuff, when they do real acting, they meet up and do it in like a studio. But I have actually never really spoken to any of the other guys. I've spoken to 2, which is of course is Stephanie, it's Stephanie because she's the leader of everything, so it's kind of hard not to. But if I'm gonna say who I like not in personal, but because of their acting and their voice, it's got to be Sephiroth. He's really badass. He's like, oh, gives me the chills, and oh sure, it's just creepy. Have you hear this laugh? It's like, oh my god, you are you? It gives me the chills. I'm sitting there watching it, then how you laugh, I'm like, oh my god. It's terrified. So those two are my favorite, if I have to say. But really, I think everyone is really great and awesome and everything. We all deserved to be loved.
Everyone's doing such a good job with their characterizations, and the guy doing Vincent is really, really good. And I'm not gonna lie, Yuffie's a little annoying, but I think that's probably the point. And Aerith, Steph's definitely given her a very, very, very brooding nature. That might almost be ironic, really, if you think about it. But yeah, that's they all do good voice works, and obviously I'm more familiar with my own voice work than I am others, because I spend more time listening to myself than I do anybody else, and I don't know if that's a good thing, but certainly I'd be much, much more familiar with how I act. But I think everyone's doing a good job. I guess I really like the Sephiroth and the Vincent voices. They do really good work. And obviously the Aerith voice is pretty good. But like I said, it's kind of ironic because she's brooding now as opposed to what the character was originally, which is a twist in and of itself. But it works out well for the story. Yeah, everyone's doing good. So I'm not gonna point out one person over another and say, oh hey, this guy is awesome, and you over there, you suck. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not pointing fingers. Everyone works together to make the story flow, and it's amazing that everyone has managed to pull it off so far, with all these different people who have never met each other. I don't guess they've ever met each other. I certainly haven't met any of them. And then for all the dialogue to work off itself so well, obviously something's working right. So everybody's my favorite.
I personally think all the voice actors and actresses are doing a wonderful job. They all have such a unique way of voicing their respective characters. But my honorable mention goes to 3 YouTubers. My first mention is Hanyo1993. Yuffie is one of my favorite Final Fantasy girls. The way Hanyo voiced her is very funny and very adorable. My second honorable mention goes to VII. His rendition of Sephiroth is sinister yet very badass. And last but not least, my last honorable mention goes to FF09. I like the way she voices Aerith in this series. She gives her that sweet yet humble personality.
Can't I say all of them? No, just one. Ugh. I'd have to say Calicord. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong, I apologise. He voices Sid and Barrett in the movie. The reason I picked him is because it's so difficult to make your voice sound like 2 different characters. I can do it.
My favorite voice actress would have to be Stephanie. I love the way she does Aerith. Her Aerith voice is like my favorite out of all the Aerith voices that I've heard on the fandoms on YouTube. I think hers is the best. She does a really great job.
My favorite voice actress would be FF.1 because I think she has a really good voice for Aerith and she does sound a lot like her.
My favorite voice actor, to be honest, would have to be Steph, who plays Aerith. Reason she's my favorite is because, well, she's really helped me out with a lot of my videos, to be honest.
Yep, because I'm awesome and that's what I can do.
Her accent's like really cool because I'm from Australia and it sounds like an English accent, so I'm assuming that's where she's from. I haven't really looked into it, but no, I reckon her accent's like really cool. So that's basically why I think she's my favorite. So yeah, there's that.
I don't know, I like all my actors and actresses in my series, but I'm definitely going to pick VII, aka David Doyle, voice of Sephiroth, because I think his voice really suits for my Sephiroth in my series. Although I listen to his voice, it gives me chills down my spine. Really. I just love his accent. He's Australian and he's from Australia.
If I killed you right here and now, would your spilled blood unlock all of my memories?
Yeah, I think his voice is really perfect for Sephiroth. The original voice of Sephiroth was Michael Loud in Chapter 1. Although he didn't want to do Sephiroth no more.
Why do you cry for someone who doesn't love you back?
I asked David Doyle to do my new Sephiroth voice, and he's gratefully wanted to do it. And I said, yes, my new Sephiroth voice actor. Yeah, my favourite actor will be David Doyle.
I really don't know how to comment on that one. It's like saying, who's your favourite friend? You can't do it.
Oh my god. Really? I don't know who postulated this one, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, no. It wouldn't work in any regard. I mean, the only way that would work is if that was a comedic skit. It certainly wouldn't work for the fact that Sephiroth is... Well, Sephiroth is the primary protagonist. Antagonist is what I mean. Protagonist, that'd be Earth. He's the primary antagonist in whatever he does. And Aerith is in conflict with him. He tried to kill her. He killed Cloud. And adversely, in Final Fantasy VII, he killed Aerith. And Cloud was in conflict with Sephiroth. So the whole idea of Sephiroth being a romantic interest, not going to work so much. You would actually have to have an independent story that explains how that would work. On me being mostly a comedy writer, I would think that that would be more of a comedic skit than serious drama, and I wouldn't be for it because it wouldn't work out right in any fashion with regards to the story that's being fleshed out. So I know that there are some fans out there who want to see Sephiroth and Aerith get it on, a Sephiroth or an Aeroth. These pet names that they have for celebrities and such like that, and I've seen it in play with Final Fantasy characters, sadly enough, but I would not be a fan of that.
Please don't judge me on this, but I actually do ship them in fanfiction. I really don't have a one true pairing because I have a lot of pairings I like in the FF7 fandom, but yes, I do like Cloud and Aerith too, don't get me wrong. But as far as the kissing scene goes, no. I can't really see him having a crush on her in this story, and plus it wouldn't fit the storyline well.
Oh, that would be so cool. Really, it's not me that's making the movie, so I couldn't do it. However, I do stop animation. So if anybody would like me to buy Sephiroth, I could do a kissing scene with him. If you would like that, that is.
Why would they want to do a kissing scene with Sephiroth and Aerith? Why? Sephiroth is a bastard. He tried to kill Aerith. Why would they kiss each other? Why? I do not understand this crazy sorts of shit. Yeah, mind equals blown.
The kissing scene with Sephiroth and Aerith, I don't think that should happen because Aerith wouldn't kiss him. You know, he killed Cloud, so I don't think that should happen.
I couldn't really say. I guess it's because, they're sort of mortal enemies, I guess. In the main story of Final Fantasy VII, after all, Sephiroth kills Aerith. So, that's a bit of a bad reason why they shouldn't kiss, because there's no love there. Well, yeah, I just don't think they should really kiss, because it'd just be weird, really. It's just, yeah, it'd be weird, like Aerith and Sephiroth just doesn't go well together. I mean, I can see Cloud and Aerith, even though Aerith had a thing for Zack. Sure she could do Cloud, but nah, Sephiroth, I don't think Sephiroth would be a suitor at all.
What? Are you serious? I don't know what to say. If I do that scene, will be like Aerith sees Cloud and she walks up to him and kisses him, and then it was all a trick, she feels cold, and Cloud transforms into Sephiroth, still kissing her, then put her to sleep. I mean, Cloud kisses Aerith scene. I mean, come on, I don't know if I can put that in the scene. I just don't know. We'll see.
Oh Lord, there are so many different ways you could take that scene. It can either be a really sick, twisted moment for Sephiroth, or perhaps some sort of redeeming moment for Sephiroth again. Or perhaps Aerith kisses him in order to save Cloud's life. As you can see, I've got a lot of ideas on how that could be done. But it all depends on where the story fits in, how it all flows. So, it's really anyone's guess. I would be excited if a scene like that was to happen, though.
I can't say I see any kind of relationship between Sephiroth and Aerith. I mean, he wants to destroy Aerith, she wants to save it. Of course, it would be a really funny twist, but I can't really see it. And like, if his kiss probably would just be Sephiroth going like, and Aerith like, oh my god, no! That's it. It's not real. I can see it as a kiss that goes like both, like that is feelings from both. It's just I don't really see it as that. I mean, I know they're like this. I think this question was from Sephiroth fan, but sorry fan. I don't think that. I don't really think of it. It doesn't really go. I don't really believe in it. Sorry. But that's okay. If you want the kissing scene to be like a romantic way, love, and or just a little bit like I like you, I like too, kiss kiss. But if you just do it a kiss with like Sephiroth stealing a kiss, then go for it. that I can go with. A stolen kiss, but not really if it involves too much emotions, too much feelings. Just I don't think they have anything. I'm pretty sure they don't have anything. It would be kind of weird because Sephiroth. Okay, I was about to spoiler, so I'm gonna shut up now. But yeah, many emotional kisses. No, just Sephiroth being a jackass stealing a kiss, or a badass, more or less, a badass stealing a kiss for whatever reason. Yes, why not? That would be pretty cool. It would be a total twist because people go like, I think, maybe not.